There's something really weird yet fascinating happening with this game, and I didn't really notice it at first when I started playing. It sort of crept up on me. I'd be playing like normal, just running around, exploring, doing whatever, and then I'd catch myself slowing down, not because I had to, but because I wanted to. And that's when it hit me. I'm not playing this game the way I play any other games. I have spent a lot of time in Crimson Desert already. I think maybe 75 hours, which maybe doesn't seem like a lot, but it feels much more than what I've actually put into the game. And if you ask me what I've accomplished in the game, it's not much. There's no crazy progress, no major milestones. I think I'm in chapter 5 or 6, but I've barely done anything, and I haven't even left the original starting area. But somehow it doesn't feel like I'm behind. It feels like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Most games train you to think a certain way. Go here, do this, finish that. You're always chasing something. But this game, it kind of breaks that mindset. It's like the longer you play, the less you care about checking things off, and the more you start to notice everything else around you. There was this one moment, it wasn't big or nothing dramatic, and I just stopped moving for a second and I looked out across the landscape and I just stayed there for a second with no objective, no pressure, and I realized this game isn't trying to rush me. It's letting me sit in it. And that feeling, that's rare. I've only felt that a few times in games, and I would say even in life. There are moments in life where that has happened where you just kind of you capture this perfect moment, and Crimson Desert seems to do that so beautifully. And it's not just because it looks good, even though of course it absolutely does. It's how everything seems to work really well together, in my opinion. The lighting, the movement, the scale, the way the world feels alive without needing your attention every single second. It doesn't feel like it's performing for you. It feels like it just exists, whether you're there or not. And I think there's actually a reason this hits the way that it does. Your brain is constantly scanning for patterns, right? Predictable systems, familiar loops, things like that. That's how most games are designed, so you always know what to do next. But when something feels less predictable, more open, more real, your brain kind of pauses for a second. And that pause, that's immersion. That's when you stop thinking like a player in the game and you start reacting like you're actually there. And that's what keeps happening in this game for me over and over. You see something in the distance, and instead of asking, oh, well, is that important? You just think, you know what? I want to go there. And guess what? You absolutely can. You can go there. And it's not because the game told you to, it's because something about it pulls you in. And when you get there, it almost always pays off. Not always with loot or rewards, although most of the time there is something like that there, but it pays off with something even greater than that. Something else. A view, a moment, a feeling. A lot of modern games are afraid of giving you space. They fill everything with markers and dialogue systems. There's constant noise and distraction. This game seems to do the opposite. It trusts you to slow down. And I think, weirdly enough, that makes it even more engaging, not less. I also started noticing something else too. I wasn't really checking my phone. Like, I wasn't getting distracted by any external factors around me. I wasn't thinking about the next thing I had to do. I was just in the game. And that doesn't seem to happen as often anymore. Not just in games, but really in general. And that's when I realized something. That's when I realized this game isn't just impressive. It is absolutely absorbing. It pulls your attention in a way that feels natural. It's this psychological trick, but it's so beautiful. And it's not forced, it's not overwhelming. It's just kind of steady, like you're being drawn into it without even realizing it. And I think that's why Crimson Desert is sticking with me. Not because of one single big moment or single huge climax, but because of 100 small moments. The kind that you don't plan for, the kind that you don't skip, the kind that make you stop. And even for just a second, you just take it all in. And that is the beauty of Crimson Desert, is that it pulls you in and it keeps you there in that moment. And that doesn't happen too often in games or in real life. And whenever it does, I think it's something that you just have to pause, let the chills rise on your body, and just enjoy the moment. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked this, please subscribe, like, and comment. I would love to know your memories and moments in this game. Please let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much and have a great day.